My first job was being a barista, or technically a barista. The shop I worked at was family owned, and my boss lived across the country while her mom stayed to watch over the store even though she didn't speak English, and the starting pay was minimum wage, so it was like a perfect first job. My first shift was scheduled to be on a Friday, and it went as well as it could be for a new hire scheduled on a Friday. And the people I worked with were really nice, and they ended up being my favorite coworkers there. However, my second shift was on a Sunday, and that one was actual dog shit. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to schedule me on a weekend when I had only worked one day previously and didn't really know any of the drinks, and wasn't super familiar with the POS system. It was pretty busy, and I was just going with it because I couldn't really do anything else, and at one point this girl came in. She ordered a drink from the menu but made a lot of changes to it, so my mind blanked out and I kinda stood there like an idiot. But I called my coworker over to see if we could make those changes to her drink. She worked with the lady and inputted her order and started making her drink while I went back to taking orders. Everything was normal until the lady got her drink and started complaining. Then my coworker from earlier tried to reason with her, but she wasn't getting anywhere, so she called a manager over. And even with the manager there, she wasn't having it, and she even started to get aggressive. She was yelling that she was going to call the cops, and my coworker was hunched over the counter like she was sick. I asked her if she wanted some water or something because she low-key had to get back to work. The manager was dealing with the crazy customer, the unmade orders were still there, the people were still waiting in line, and I didn't know how to make any of the drinks. The lady ended up stealing the tip jar she left, and the rest of the shift resumed as normal, or as normally as it could be, but it was a crazy second day. That job was kind of weird, and some coworkers were interesting, but my second job was significantly better. The interior was a lot nicer because it was part of a chain, and this time we actually had access to aprons, which was a plus. But if you've ever worked at a boba shop, you know the people that go there can be some of the stupidest people on the planet. Hi, what can I get you today? Can I get a large strawberry popping boba? Yeah, hold on, let me just... And another time, on our menu, some of the drinks can be made hot, so they'll have an M for medium, an L for large, and an H for hot. There's also a little steaming cup symbol above the H, so you know it means the drink is hot. Simple, right? Hi, what can I get you today? Can I get a humongous milk tea? I can't make this up. So far, we have people not even ordering a drink on the menu, not understanding the menu, and one time someone tried to argue with me about the spelling on the menu. This lady and her kid came in at the place I worked at, and we had a drink called a cereal milk crunch, but we had discontinued it because we couldn't get one of the ingredients for it. And we even had a sign right under the drink saying it was discontinued. It was right there. The lady starts asking me about the drink, so I tell her what it is, and I explain that we can't sell it right now, but she kind of brushes me off and starts talking about the spelling. Cereal milk crunch? You don't spell it like that. It'd be pronounced crunk if it was spelled like that. You don't spell crunch like that. Well, we don't make the spelling, so... bitch, what do you want me to say? Yeah, sorry, let me just... No, I'm not doing that. And she proceeded to try and order that drink. So, you're fucking stupid, annoying as hell, and also blind. I'm pretty sure she ended up leaving without ordering anything, which, honestly, thank God. She doesn't even compare to my scariest encounter, though. This was around Christmas time, and I was working the closing shift with one other person. We were going to start closing in around 30 minutes, so we decided to start cleaning around a little bit. I was going to start cleaning the bar while he was going to sweep and mop out where the tables were. We were both doing our own thing when the door chimed, signaling that someone entered the store. I was at the register ready to welcome them in until I saw who it was that came in. A man who looked like he was in his 40s ran into the store with his arms halfway up, legs flopping around, and a wide smile on his face with his eyes bugging out. I kid you not, he looked exactly like a Titan. Exactly like this, I swear on my life. Seeing this, I was fucking terrified. I remember I physically took a step back from the counter because I did not know what this man was gonna do. I was the only one behind the counter because my coworker was on the outside, so I couldn't get him to take the guy's order without it being suspicious. As soon as the guy reached the counter, he did a complete 180. He stood with normal posture, had a normal smile, and started to browse the menu for his order. At this point, I was just taken aback. It was such a complete switch in like a fucking hundredth of a millisecond, and my mind was still reeling. Once the guy ordered and I was making his drink, he tried to make small talk with me. He asked if I ever thought about being a bartender before, to which I was like, maybe. And he told me I should be one on a cruise because I would make good tips, but it was just weird. After the guy got his drink, he wished me and my coworker a good night, and my coworker confessed that he was also scared of the guy, but was willing to attack him with a broom if he needed to. Even to this day, I remember what the guy looked like when he walked in. It was so terrifying. I legit thought he was gonna jump over the counter and attack me. The perks of being a barista. After being a barista for 2 years, I don't think I could do it again. The kind of customers you get can be so fucking stupid, I could actually feel it give me a lobotomy in real time. Making this video made me remember more stories from when I was a barista, so maybe I'll make a part 2, or I'll make a video about some weird coworkers. I had a ton of fun making this video, so I really hope you all like it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Toodles! Please send your condolences to all the baristas out there.